Hello everyone, this is Roleplay-Geek here with a review of the new Space Hulk app, which is now available on the iTunes App Store.
We have contact. Purge the Sealer's building. Brother down. Squad is broken.
So we have a rather long intro, but it gives you a feel of what the board game theme is all about.
The Emperor has gifted us with a mission to redeem ourselves. The Blood Angels need no longer carry the burden of defeat.
Somebody is
We have
channeling
detected the sin of
Darth
damnation
Vader there.
near our home planet.
I think that could get quite tiresome.
Scans of the Space Hulk reveal the presence of gene stealers.
Brothers, vengeance shall be ours. Squad red zone ready for deployment.
Okay, here's the interface. Looks like a very tiny selection, and the buttons are very, very tiny as well. So it looks just like a PC port, and it looks like no one's really bothered to develop a user interface specifically for iOS or any other type of touch interface, really. The text is really small and only occupies probably about half the screen real estate. I don't quite understand why it all has to be tilted like this,
Sergeant of the squad, accept
but we'll give it the benefit of the doubt to begin
One
with.
squad will be sufficient. You will deploy your Terminators here.
So this is a prequel, i.e.
We have
tutorial
predicted the
mission that
enemy
I'm playing.
rules of attack. Defend the breach until a beachhead has been established.
Let's go. Another loading screen. This one takes rather a long time to load. I think I'll have to check to see whether or not this long loading screen is a result of Wi-Fi. Okay, so now we're going to have to deploy. So we've got two Space Marine Terminators, which we're going to place in the first two spaces.
Squad deployed.
So the green squares mark where you can move to, and each movement costs action points. So I'm going to fire at that gene stealer up there.
The Angel demands justice.
That's a little explanation of action points. Moving forward costs 1 AP. So count the number of squares.
Yes, my lord. With all due haste.
Now, I've actually speeded up the Space Marine movement, so the animations straight out of the box, they're really slow and cumbersome. So I just put it on fast movement just to speed it up for the purpose of this video. Okay, so this is just demonstrating turning. So if you want to change facing, you just have to drag in the direction that you want to face. Let's move up the corridor.
Yes, my lord.
And this guy's going to follow up.
Clear a path.
So I can move the map with my finger. And no gene stealers just yet. And that's the Overwatch and Guard options. So when we get some gene stealers, I'll have a go at overwatching and guarding. Been a while since I've actually played the board game, probably about 10 years. So I might be a bit unfamiliar with the gameplay. The animation's a little bit comical. They sort of stagger up and down the corridors. So this is explaining about blips, and I suppose it's the equivalent of the Aliens motion tracker. Aliens being one of the big inspirations for this game. Well, he's got to the end of the corridor and he doesn't seem to be able to do anything, so I'm moving back. And now I don't have any action points enough to turn him round. Oh, here we go. A gene stealer's attacking me from behind. A little fight animation.
Vengeance.
My Terminator 1. So I've got 5 gene stealers left to kill. If we can find them.
Taking position. Never falter in the face of the
Yeah, I spot
enemy.
the deliberate mistake. I ended up pressing the guard button instead of the Overwatch button. He's getting attacked from the behind again. Oh, here comes another one. Right, let's shoot this Terminator. Oh, sorry, I mean shoot this gene stealer.
Shall be cleansed.
Absolutely. Now you can turn the animations off in the options menu. I've just got it set to default at the moment.
Let them come.
Now let's put this guy on Overwatch where he should have been in the first place. Let's turn him in the right direction. And oh no, I pressed the shield button again. Dope.
Cleanse the monstrosity.
Oh well.
None shall
guarding wasn't such a bad choice. I've only got one Gene Stealer left to kill.
Overwatch protocol initiated.
Come on, Gene Stealers. Where are you? There you are. Oh, there goes Overwatch. And he's dead.
Auto malfunction.
The beachhead is secure. You have done your duty to the Imperium.
So let's have a look at some of the user interface features that we have in Space Hulk. On the left hand side over here we have your currently your squad leader with his command points, and over here you can flick between your you should be able to flick, there we go, flick to the other members of your squad, and obviously this shows you, this also allows you to flick between members of the squad, so we have a little bit of duplication on the buttons. Over on this side we have some environment controls, so we have the map button to show you where you are on the map, and we have a rotate button. That's rotate anti-clockwise, rotate clockwise, because you can't rotate using your fingers, which we've seen in other Games Workshop games which have been brought to iOS, things like Warhammer Quest, which has a very slick touch interface. There is zoom, so you can zoom in quite close, but there's no perspective change, it's just this sort of isometric 3D perspective, which is usable, just not very slick. On here we have the little sliders, gets you into the options menu where you can change the action camera. So this is when you kill a Gene Stealer or something attacks you, for example. You can set it to always show the animations or never show the animations. I guess after a while of playing it you would get quite tired of those animations anyway, so that's kind of useful. Special effects, and the most important one, animation speed. So this is the animation of the characters. As I mentioned earlier, the default is slow, and that's quite, or normal as they call it, which is quite ponderous. So that's all the features you get there. The question mark button just highlights what the options are in the action buttons. So if you flick to Brother Goriel, who happens to have a heavy bolter, I think it is, and you can press the question mark and there you go, he's got a storm bolter in fact. So he's got Storm Bolter, Power Fist, Overwatch, Guard, Set Move and Fire Target, and Open Door, and also Pass Object. So if you find something you can give it to another friendly unit. So you can scroll from side to side. But I guess we've just become so used to things like double finger rotate that it just seems odd that it's not implemented. So the verdict. Well, it's a bit early to say really, to be honest. It's only been out for a few hours, not even 24 hours yet. And I like the look of it. It's very atmospheric and dark, which is how Space Hulk should be. I'm just a little bit worried about the initial purchase price of £6.99, which seems a little bit high for an iOS game, particularly when Warhammer Quest, which is so well done, is only £2.99, and I know that they recoup some of the costs through the in-app purchases, but to be honest, this is a PC game which has been ported to iOS, so a lot of the development costs have already been recouped. So I think if it was priced maybe sub £5, it would do better. But we'll have to see. It may well get a high ranking in the iTunes store and be a rip-roaring success. And it's great to see old games like Space Hulk, which are now out of print, and Games Workshop have pretty much sidelined them, getting some exposure, because they're good games. You know, we'd like to see more of the old classic board games back in print. But if it has to be as an iPad app, then so be it. You know, there are people like me who will go and we will buy them. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.